Hello, Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuhu. Welcome to us all to our grammar lessons. Inshallah, we've made a very great move to this extent, and I hope revision is ongoing and previous lessons are well understood. I repeat again, anything that has been unclear, anything that you go through that you find difficult, you call my attention. Inshallah, I can't go through the tamrinat as I've already explained previously. When you go through the lesson, you understand it, you try doing the tamrinat, whatever is unclear there, you call my attention, inshallah. Then we look at it. This is not I just want us to understand the concept, the topics in the book. The exercises is also time taken on its own, inshallah. Then we have that time, we will attend to them separately. But then now we want to understand the grammar concepts here. But anything that is unclear, please do well and call my attention to it, inshallah, or clarify, inshallah. Okay, today we are doing بعد واو المعية, and hopefully I think this is the last نصب الفعل المضارع بأن المضمرة. I think this is the last one we will have, and then we will get into other topics inshallah. It says بعد واو المعية, and معية means togetherness. معيتي معه, my togetherness with him, it has that meaning. Okay, so we are going to look at wow, a particular wow. As I said of the fa, we have types of fa, al-atifa, al-tafsiliya or tafsiriya. We have the one we just did now, as-sababiyya. We have a lot of them. Same way we have a lot of wow, that is wow fatha. We have the popular one we know, wow al-atf. We have that, and then we have wow al-ma'iyya also. Okay, we have wow it kind of shows beginning, not ibtida particularly. It has a particular name like that. Inshallah, when it comes to mind, I will mention it for us. But today we are looking at the waw al-ma'iyya, waw of togetherness. Okay, what does it tell us here? Let's look at the amsila. He says lam yaf'al al-khayra wa yandam. Basically, when we say waw al-ma'iyya, you find a concept and another one coming after the waw, and the wow is joining the two of them, making them mean that they can't happen together. As sometimes you see one of the puzzles in Arabic language quizzes, then they will tell you that what is the meaning of لا تأكل السمكة وتشرب اللبن وتشرب اللبن لا تأكل السمكة وتشرب اللبن. What is the meaning? Then you have to know that wow here is waw al-ma'iyya. That means do not eat the fish. Whilst at the same time, ma'iyya, whilst وَتَشْرَبَ اللَّبَنَ, whilst drinking milk. So he's prohibiting you from doing them together. So if he says لَا تَأْكُلِ السَّمَكَ وَتَشْرَبَ اللَّبَنَ, bimana you can eat the fish and then later take the milk. But he's only prohibiting you from doing them together. That is what we call waw al-ma'iyya. But then how do you know that this is waw al-ma'iyya? If the present tense verb that comes after it ends in the accusative case, ends in fatha, as we are going to see here. So he says, lam yaf'al al-khayra wa yandama. Now look at the fi'l mudari that comes after the waw, it ends in the accusative case. Yandam is from nadima, to be regretful. Okay, so he says, lam yaf'al al-khayra. He did not do good, wayandama, and regret. What does this wa means? It's not really end. It means he can't do good and regret, yani at the same time. These two cannot happen together. أي لا يمكن أن يفعل واحد خيرا ثم يندم في نفس الوقت. That's what they are saying. You can't do good and regret. If you do good, no matter what the repercussion is, you should never regret. You do good to somebody and the person pays you with bad, still you shouldn't regret. If you regret, then you didn't understand the good you did. Okay, so he says لم يفعل الخير ويندم. Bimana, this wow here is showing togetherness. You can't do good and regret. The person, he's saying لم يفعل الخير, he did not do good and regret. Yani the two can't happen together. لم يواسي الفقير ويمن عليه. We have two words here. Yuwasi is from the verb wasa. So wasahu akhuhu. His brother consoled him. The verbal noun is what? Muwasatun. Muwasatun. That is consoling. Okay. Then it says lam yuwasi, from wasa, to console. So you did not console or comfort al-faqira, the poor person, wayamunna alayhi, and remind him of the goodness he's done him. When we say manna ala has two meanings, and we look at both angles here. When I say manna ala, to bestow a favor upon. لقد من الله على المؤمنين إذ بعث فيهم رسولا يتلو عليهم آياته ويزكيهم ويعلمهم الكتاب والحكمة وإن كانوا من قبل إلى آخر الآية. لقد من الله على المؤمنين. God has indeed bestowed upon the believers. Manna ala, to bestow upon. Manna ala also has the meaning of, after you do a favor to somebody, then you are like, I gave you this, I did this to you, I did those kind of things that follow favors. That is what we call man. So if you say manna alayhi, he had done him good and he kept reminding him of the good he has done him, which is frowned upon in Islam. It's frowned upon even in humanity, everywhere at all. It says he did not comfort or console the poor person, wayamunna alayhi, and also remind him of the good he has done him. That is, the two cannot happen together. You can't go and console or comfort the poor person. That is, you can't go and give the poor person something and also remind the person of the good you've done to him. That too, he can't do the two together. Let's look at the other meaning of manna alayhi. That is, lam yuwasil faqir. He did not console the poor person, wa yamunna alayhi, and bestow favors upon him and give him something. How? That is, we are trying to understand it in the vein of waw al-ma'iyya here, that the two did not happen together. Lam yuwasil faqira wa yamunna alayhi. He did not console the poor person and remind him of the favors. These two did not happen together. That is what he's trying to tell us. They can't happen together. لا تأمر بالصدق وتكذب. This is our waw al-ma'iyya and the verb ending in fatha here, as you can see here also. لا تأمر بالصدق وتكذب. Do not command people to say the truth. وتكذب, and whilst you lie. That can't happen together. You should not command people to speak truth whilst you are lying. Okay. لا تنظر إلى عيوب الناس. Do not look at the flaws of people. Uyub is the plural of ain. Do not look at the flaws or blemishes of people. وتهمل عيوب نفسك, whilst you disregard or you overlook the flaws of yourself. Whilst you overlook your own flaws. Tuhmil is from ahmala, to overlook, to disregard. Okay. So how do we see that the waw is showing that you can't do the two together, or two at the same time? Waw is showing that these two actions happening at the same time. So if he says لا تنظر إلى عيوب الناس وتهمل عيوب نفسك, he means that do not look at the flaws of people whilst at the same time overlooking your flaws. So let's say I look at people's flaw, and then later I look at people's flaw, and then later I go disregarding my own flaws. That is, I don't do the two actions together. This la tanzur, this command this prohibition he's doing here does not work that way. Just as the example I said with the la ta'kulu samaka wa tashraba, because it is waw al-ma'iyya, present tense verb coming after it, ends with fatha. So it is only prohibiting you from doing the two at the same time. Just like la ta'muru bis-sidqi wa takdhiba, is prohibiting you from doing the same at the same time. If he says la ta'muru bis-sidqi wa takdhibu, is another sentence on its own. Do not, he's prohibiting you from commanding people with speaking the truth. وَتَكْذِبُ is another sentence on its own. وَتَكْذِبُ أَنْتَ, and you are lying is another sentence on its own. It doesn't connect with this. Let's give the takzib kasra also and see something. لا تأمر بالصدق وتكذب بسكون. This waw then becomes what? Waw al-atf. It now connects takzib because we give it sukun with ta'mur. Sukun here. So it now becomes لا تأمر بالصدق وتكذب. In that case, what does it mean? It means لا تأمر بالصدق and لا تكذب. Do not command people to say the truth and do not lie. It becomes two commands. Listen to this clearly again. La ta'mur. You can see that because of the la and nahiya, the ta'mur present tense verb is ending in sukun. Now if I bring waw here and I bring another present tense verb and I give it sukun, I have connected, this waw becomes waw al-atf. I have connected this present tense verb takzib to ta'mur. So it becomes la ta'mur bisidq on its own, wala takzib. Do not command people to speak the truth and do not lie. It becomes two commands. That is when I give it sukun. But when it is fatha, it becomes la ta'mur bisidq wa fi nafs al-waqt anta takzib. Do not command people to speak the truth. Do not command people to speak the truth whilst you are lying. Okay, let's go to the bayan. Maybe in the sharh we get it more clearer again. These topics are a bit critical. Okay, so he says al-bahs تأمل الأفعال المضارعة تأمل الأفعال المضارعة. Look at the present tense verbs يندم يمن تكذب تهمل. These present tense verbs تجد كلا منها مسبوقا بواو. You find each of them preceded by waw. This waw تفيد مصاحبة ما قبلها لما بعدها. It gives us the meaning of the companionship or togetherness. مصاحبة أي معية. The togetherness of what comes before it and what comes after it. So that is they being together. وإن شئت فقل, and if you want to say تفيد نفي حصول ما قبلها وما بعدها معا. It gives us the meaning of negating what is before it and what comes after it together. معا. That is where we have our معية. فالمنفي في المثال الأول. So that which is negated, or that which is negated منفي in the first example هو مصاحبة الندم لفعل الخير. Now in the first example we've negated what? We've negated فعل الخير and nadam happening at the same time. That can't be. So that is what we've negated in the first example. أي فالمنفي في المثال الأول هو مصاحبة الندم لفعل الخير. We've negated the occurrence of doing good and regretting at the same time. Those two can't happen at the same time. والمنفي في المثال الثاني هو مصاحبة المن للمواصاة. And what is negated in the second one is the occurrence of you talking about favors and you comforting somebody, giving somebody favor, and also reminding the person of what you've done for the person. You give somebody 10 cedis, $100, you keep reminding the person, I gave you the $100 you used for this. No, we are negating the occurrence of the two together. You can't do favor and be reminding somebody of the favor again. We are negating their occurrence together. وَهَكَذَا, and like this throughout. وَمِنْ أَجْلِ ذَلِكَ, and due to that, تُسَمَّى هَذِهِ الْوَاوُ, and due to that, this waw is called what? Waw al-musahaba. You see another meaning? Awaw al-ma'iyya. So you have two names for it now. So the waw is called waw al-musahaba or waw al-ma'iyya because when it comes, the present tense after it takes fatha, and it shows that whatever judgment that happens to the present tense before it, the same judgment happened to. It shows that the present tense before it and the present tense after it happening together. So if I say لا تذهب إلى المدرسة وتلعب, that is, do not go to madrasa whilst you play. Okay. وإذا تأملت ما قبل هذه الواو, and if you should look at what comes before this waw, في الأمثلة التي معنا, in the examples that we have with us, وجدت نفيا أو طلبا, you find that it is preceded by a negation or a talab. A talab, I explained it in the previous one. It can be a command to do, a command not to do, a nafi, or talab can be amr or nahi. Okay. فهي مسبوقة بنفي في المثالين الأولين. It is preceded by negation in the first two examples. That is lam, they are negation. ومسبوقة بطلب في المثالين الآخرين, and it is preceded by talab, a request. A request here is la, we are prohibiting you. Okay, in the second two examples. So he says, ارجع إلى الأمثلة مرة ثانية. Return to the examples a second time, again. مرة ثانية, again. وانظر آخر كل مضارع يقع بعد هذه الواو. Go back again and look at the present tense verb and look at the ending of all the present tense verb that comes after this waw. تجده, you find the present tense verbs منصوبا, you find them taking fatha. من غير أن تكون هناك أداة نصب ظاهرة, without there being any apparent tool of nasb. So you can't find an there, you can't find lan there, you can't find idhan there. So what is causing the nasb? ولكنك بالقياس, but you through reasoning or comparing, al-qiyas bimana comparing scenarios. It is in fiqh also. على ما تقدم لك, but you with comparing this to what you've previously studied, لا يصعب عليك أن تدرك, it will not be difficult for you to know أن النصب هنا, that the nasb here, that the present tense verb is taking, the fatha, the present tense verb after the waw is taken, it is by what? An al-mudmara wujuban. It is caused by a particular an which is hidden compulsorily. So we are basically told that here lam yaf'al al-khayra wa yandam, there is a particular an here. Wa yamunna, there is a particular an here. Wa takdhiba, there is a particular an after the waw, between waw and the fi'l. And then wa tuhmila, there is a particular an there, but it is hidden because we can't bring it in the sentence. But it is the an that is causing the nasb. It's like la tanzuru ila uyubi nasi wa an tuhmila uyuba nafsika, but the an can't come. So we say mudmar wujuban. Okay. Al-Qaida, he says ينصب المضارع بأن مضمرة وجوبا. Fi'l mudari is made mansub by an, a hidden an, compulsorily, hidden compulsorily. بعد واو المعية, after a واو المعية, and this واو المعية is always al-masbuqati binafyin, is always preceded by a negation or talab, is preceded by a lam or a la or a command. So you take note of these key points, inshallah. I hope it's clearer to quite an appreciable extent. Whatever is unclear, you have the comment section to ask your question. Feel free. And by now, a lot of people have my WhatsApp number. You can easily contact me, text me whatever you didn't understand, inshallah, and we clarify. It is much better if you ask the question in the comment section so that it gets active. Perhaps somebody else shares the same worry with you. When you ask there and it is answered, somebody else also benefits, inshallah. Okay. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. And then I think we are done with the an al-mudmara. From here we are going to different topic. أيوة جوازم الفعل المضارع. Those adawat that cause two present tense verb to become majzoom. Inshallah. So from here, that is where we are going to. I pray things get easier. But as we go on, you should know that it will definitely get tougher and tougher. So you also build yourself very well. Try to expand your thinking capacities, inshallah. Okay. Till we meet again, have a very good Arabic time. Assalamu alaikum wa rahmatullahi wa barakatuh.